It's wild card weekend at the bank as the two-time reigning defending AFC North champion Baltimore Ravens at 12-5 welcome in their number one rival, hated division foe, the Pittsburgh Steelers at 10-7, losers of 4 in a row. At one point in the season, the Steelers led the AFC North by 2 games. The Ravens not only closed the gap, but won the division by 2 games of their own. They meet for a third time, both teams with a win apiece at their respective home stadiums. Questions surrounding Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh, and the Baltimore Ravens as they march toward New Orleans and try to win a Super Bowl, the first one since 2012. And for the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have not won a playoff game since 2016. And Mike Tomlin, it's getting a little warm. It's the pregame show, getting you ready for game time in prime time on Amazon Prime. God's favorite host, Ravens, Steelers. Let's get to it right here on the Flex Zone Podcast, your home for Baltimore Ravens content and the Baltimore Ravens pre-game show. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, sound off below, vote on a poll. Who will be tonight's MVP? Let's get to it. We have finally arrived at Wild Card Weekend. Welcome back to another video here on the Flex Zone Podcast, the only place giving you sports and Ravens coverage how you want it when you need it. God's favorite host here, getting you ready for Ravens and Steelers in prime time on Amazon Prime, or if you're local, WMAR Channel 2 on today, Saturday, January 11th. Thank you guys for joining me for the official Baltimore Ravens pre-game live stream, the pre-game show right here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Still find that subscribe button. Make sure the Ravens flock will unite. Go ahead, tackle that thumbs up, leave us a like. It helps us out tremendously. Blitz that bell. Lets you know when all of our content drops, and vote on the poll. Let me know who will be the MVP tonight. Will it be MV3, Lamar Jackson? Will it be King Henry? Will it be George Pickens? Will it be TJ Watt? I want to hear from you. Sound off down below. Let's get into it. This is indeed the rivalry that we all know from day one, from when the Ravens became the Ravens. Steelers, Ravens, Ravens, Steelers, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. 2 teams only a few hours away in distance. 2 blue-collar towns, 2 blue-collar teams, 2 blue-collar organizations, head coaches, 2 blue-collar crop of roster players who these are games that are physical. These are games you're going to have to buckle your chin strap. It's playoff football. It's January. It's cold outside. It's windy. It's not ideal for anything, but it's perfect for football. And like I mentioned, this is indeed where the Ravens and Steelers are going to do battle. They have met a combined 62 times. This includes the playoffs. Steelers lead the series 36-26. I talked about this in my preview. This is the 4th meeting in the playoffs. Steelers are 3-1. This is the first meeting at M&T Bank in Baltimore. So there you have it. Ravens, Steelers, not much else needs to be said. Steelers lead the series and lead the playoff series. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016. They come into this game wounded. Losers of 4 in a row. Losing consecutive games, having the tough part of their schedule really show their vulnerabilities, their limitations on offense, their offensive line ineptitude, issues with the offensive coordinator potentially. Arthur Smith may be the fall guy again. But coming into this game, the Ravens are prohibitive favorites, and they should be. And as we take a look at the line right now, we have the Ravens with a 9-point spread as we get ready for less than an hour from kickoff. We finally made it. We're almost there. Ravens currently 9-point favorites, over under 44.5. I picked personally on my bet slip, if we're going to do a little betting here, I picked Pittsburgh to cover. I got it at 8.5, and I got the over at 44.5. I think both teams will get 20. I know Pittsburgh hasn't scored over 17 points in these last 4 games that they lost, the losing streak, but I think they get 20 tonight. I have a final score of 27-20 as my initial prediction with the Ravens winning. They don't cover, but we do hit the over from a betting perspective as well. As you see the leaders there, Lamar Jackson, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, but his 2-4 playoff record is what we're all going to talk about coming into this game. We saw last year against Kansas City his lack of decisiveness to take off and use his God-given ability, his legs, his athleticism, which is second to none, the greatest rushing quarterback of all time. It is very, very important that Lamar today, and like we've seen since his mama got on him before the bye week and heading into the Giants game, mama said, use your legs and run in PG terms. And he's done that. He had over 900 yards rushing to end the season. First player ever with over 4,000 passing and 900 rushing. Russell Wilson, he has kind of righted the ship for the Steelers, but you see even there that it's lacking something. And is he the guy? I don't know. He's a free agent after the season. Justin Fields is also a free agent. I think we will see some Justin Fields tonight in various packages. I think we could see 5 to 10 plays of Justin Fields, whether they get behind and they need a spark offensively, whether they want to bring him in for a gadget or a wildcat type of play, maybe to do a read option, to do a RPO, to do a bootleg, use his athleticism, use his legs like he did in the first win in Pittsburgh. So you have to be ready for any and everything. And as I get into the keys, I'll kind of talk about that as well. But let's get straight into the injury report. We got the inactives for today's game. Of course, we know Zay Flowers today. So no Flowers. Do also Bo Braid, no Rasheen Ali, no Marcus Williams, no Adisa Isaac, no Nick Samack, and no Keith Kirkwood. So those are your inactives today as well. So obviously, no Zay Flowers. Who's going to step up offensively? Are we going to see more of the tight end used with Andrews and likely Justice Hill? He is back. He is healthy. Nelson Aguilar is back. Who will step up? Will Rashad Bateman be able to beat press man one-on-one against Joey Porter Jr.? Deshaun Elliott is back for the Steelers. Larry Ogunjobi is also back. Alex Highsmith is healthy. TJ Watt, he had an ankle injury last game. He's good. Cameron Hayward still getting it done at the advanced veteran age. He is one of the best D linemen still in the league. But last game, the Ravens dominated them with the running game, most importantly, and pretty much from the word go, we're just on top. And the offensive line of the Ravens, give them credit. They handled TJ Watt. He didn't do anything in the last game. They handled Highsmith. They handled the defense. Also, Dante Jackson, the corner, the veteran, he's going to be back. So 2 solid corners. You know they like to play press man coverage. So back to the Lamar point, that's why Lamar's going to have to use his legs and really take off and use what he's able to do in the game, much like we saw last year against Houston. As mentioned, you see guys getting pregame work in there. So ready for the win, ready for the cold. You can see the breath of the individuals likely out there catching the football, getting ready for the game. I think the key is the win, not necessarily the cold, but the win. And as you can see, it's good to see everybody out there mentioning to just get ready. You see King Henry there. He's arrived. He looks like he's in playoff mode. We know he gets better as the season progresses. And as you see Lamar dressed in all black, hopefully for the funeral of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this story is setting up beautiful for Lamar. I'm not looking forward too far. I'm not even looking past today's game or next week. I'm looking at each play, each possession, each drive, each down, each quarter, each half. And then we get to the totality of what the game ends up being as a result. But I'm not looking past anything. I'm not looking to next week. I'm not looking to New Orleans. I'm not looking forward to going to the AFC Championship game against Kansas City. I'm thinking about tonight at 8 o'clock when kickoff happens. Each play, each down, each possession, each quarter, each half, and each of those things add up to the totality of what the game is going to be. So those are going to be things that we are indeed looking at there. Let's get to the keys to the game because I got quite a few this week for the Ravens and Steelers. First, my universal key has been over the past few weeks, less than 5 penalties for the game. We know the Ravens have been one of the more penalized teams in the NFL. We don't want to beat ourselves tonight. That is the only way the Steelers can beat us is if we beat ourselves. The only way we can be beat is if we beat ourselves. And that's with penalties and discipline. From coaching on down, this crew that we are subject to tonight, They are known for throwing a lot of flags. They are known for throwing a lot of holding calls and things of that nature. So let me see if I can get the exact number. I did have it yesterday for the preview, but we know penalties are going to be a key. Penalties are something that we have to keep in mind and that we have to be mindful of on this run. However far, however long this run goes, penalties. Because when the Ravens aren't disciplined, they aren't focused, they come out sluggish, they're not playing their game, it's going to be very, very important to see how the penalties line up with what's going on with this team. Now, with that being said, Derrick Henry has to get 20 touches. That's my next key. I think when he gets, 18 or more touches, 20 or more touches, they win every game just about. Derrick Henry has to get 20 or more touches, in my opinion. There's no way we cannot let this guy get the ball. Whether they're going to do what they've done a lot of, where teams stop him in the first half, Lamar throws a lot in the first half. Then in the second half, they wear them down. They're playing the pass. They run it. Henry gets off. Henry does his thing. And from there on, you pretty much see the Ravens are able to control the tempo, control everything from there on, and dominate. Time of possession, amount of plays. They wear you out. It's cold outside. Guys aren't trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Guys aren't trying to tackle that big son of a gun, the king. In this weather, it's hard to tackle him already as the game goes on, and then it's cold and it's single digits. It feels like it's just not going to be good for the Steelers today.
That's one big son of a bitch! No bread, no water, just me.
Yeah, Don, I see the Chargers are charging yet again. We'll get to that. But first of all, less than 5 penalties for the game. Derrick Henry, 20 carries minimum. No turnovers. Can't beat yourself. No drops. It's cold outside. We know the ball is going to be a little difficult to catch at times. But let's not be dumb. Let's not drop the passes that we have in front of us. We know Jose Flowers. Somebody's going to have to step up. Nextly, tame TJ Watt. Don't let TJ Watt go crazy as you see Roquan coming in. Don't let TJ Watt go off. Don't let him dominate and be a game wrecker. He was banged up a little bit the last game. Rosengarten is going to get help. Rosengarten with Ricard, Justice Hill is back. It's always got to be 2 people in Watt. You got to trip him. You got to double him. Don't let him dominate the game. Because if the Steelers are going to win this game, he's going to be a big reason why, with his pad and strip sack, with him making a big sack on Lamar, a big chase down tackle, something of that nature. Nextly, break out Bateman. Bateman, you want to prove that you are a number 1 caliber receiver. You're having a great season. We've loved everything you've done. You've played every game. You've given it your all. You and Lamar seem to be building a genuine connection like he has with other guys like Andrews, like Flowers, like he even has with Henry. And Bateman will be matched up a lot on Joey Porter Jr. Even if he doesn't catch the ball a lot, just being able to get maybe a holding call on Joey Porter Jr. He's very handsy. Get a defensive holding. Get a pass interference. Get a hands to the face. Get these penalties that can help the offense move forward. Get penalties against them and taking a couple shots to Bateman deep. Him beating press man one-on-one coverage, catching the football is going to be very, very important. We can't have you losing the football in the lights. Can't have you stumbling, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, falling over. We need you to beat Bateman tonight. I think over 50 yards minimum is important for Bateman tonight for us to win. Next, we'll use the running backs and the tight ends in the passing game. We know Jose. Justice Hill is back. Keaton Mitchell played. Looks like more of Keaton Mitchell that we're used to. Use them in the running game. Use them as an extension of the running game. Use a screen game with Likely. Use it with Hill. Use that wheel route. Don't let them take the ball away, Justice Hill, this time. Use Keaton Mitchell. Use other aspects. Use Henry in the passing game. He's a very underrated pass catcher. Use him as well. Lastly, on offense, Lamar make the layups. Lamar, be the best quarterback on the field. If the check down is there, take it. Don't press. Don't do too much. Don't try to play above yourself. Don't try to be Superman. Relax. Don't play tight. If it's not there, use your athleticism. If they're playing man coverage and they're turning their back to you, 88 and out the gate, go hit your head on the goalpost. If the read is saying, hey, take the check down, take the easy throw, make the layup, take it, Lamar. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to force anything. Because Todd Monken, it's a big game for you. You are a head coaching candidate, whether we like it or not. You may not be here next year. So you're coaching for your NFL future. And I know you want to be an NFL head coach as you approach 70 years of age. So I think it's very imperative that Todd Monken calls a Lamar-friendly game. gives them some easy plays early on to get in rhythm, along with T. Martin, the quarterback coach, who could be the offensive coordinator in waiting. I think that is going to be very, very important. Roger, what's going on, man? Let's go to, speaking of that officiating crew, 59 offensive holdings, 39 false starts, 18 defensive holdings. They officiated the Week 7 game against Tampa. I think McCary got called for 2 holdings. The Ravens had 7 penalties overall. So keep an eye out for that, the officiating crew. Remember, less than 5 penalties is the key. Defensively, we got to make them one-dimensional. We got to stop the run. Najee, he's like a T-move Derrick Henry. Got to stop him. Got to stop Warren as well because he's dynamic, a shifty guy. Nextly, keep Russell Wilson in the pocket. Make him get rid of the ball quickly. We know he wants to line up those moon shots, those moon balls, those deep throws down the field. Make him get rid of the ball quickly. Get the push up the middle with Michael Pierce, with Travis Jones, and of course, Matta BK. We need him to be Matta Beast K today. Nextly, tackle well. They got some big, strong receivers. They got guys who get contested catches, big running back. Russell Wilson can take off and run also. Tackle well. Nextly, George Pickens did terrible last week. We don't know if he's trying to play for a contract. We don't know if he's going to be in Pittsburgh anymore. We got to keep him under 50 yards. We don't want him on Brandon Stevens. If he's on Humphrey, cool. He's on Wiggins, cool. We know they're going to throw 4 or 5 moon balls minimum, at least 1 or 2 a quarter. So we need to make sure we keep Pickens under 50 yards. Next, keep Pat Freiermuth, their tight end. Contain him on 3rd down and in the red zone. Freiermuth, I think, is going to have a solid game today because I think they're going to try to attack Malik Harrison, Chris Board, and even Roquan in coverage. And I can see them doing that play action, Arthur Smith. So look for Freiermuth to have some opportunities. You got to contain him. Let's keep him under 50 yards also. Get off the field on 3rd down. Don't let them extend drives. Don't let them get more opportunities, more possessions on the offensive side of the ball, and limit them to field goals in the red zone. Last time they had a big play defensively with our Darius Washington. That changed the momentum of the game, and it's very, very important that they continue to do that as well. Special teams, handle the win. No big returns on kickoffs or punts. Don't let them do anything that is going to change the momentum of the game. Get a big return. Cordell Patterson, Calvin Austin, look out for him. He's a deep threat and a guy that can make big plays. Don't let him do anything like that in the return game. And lastly, you have to expect the unexpected. I talked about the Justin Fields aspect. Look out for maybe 5 to 10 plays he's on the field. If they get behind, he could come in, try to give him a spark. Him using his legs, some read option, rolling out, maybe even throwing the ball if you're not ready for it. Watch for the fakes on the special teams. This is a desperate team. I call it Pittsburgh Steelers the cockroaches for a reason, because no matter what you try to do, you try to spray them, you try to burn them, you try to shoot them, you try to, drop a nuclear weapon. They don't die. They rise from the ashes. They rise from the phoenix, and they find a way to beat any game. The spread is a little high to my liking. I think Pittsburgh's desperate. They're going to give it everything they have. Tomlin is going to coach his ass off. He's going to give everything he has left, and it's going to be very, very important that we get an idea of what indeed is going to happen. Let's look at the hype video. Let's look at the hype video for the Ravens. There we go. Let's look at the hype video. There we go.
A year can feel like a lifetime when you're in the thick of it. It can drag on like an endless stretch of road and bring about a universe of change. New seasons begin. Challenges arise. People come, and sadly, people go. But somehow, when you look back, an entire year has flown by. We've grown and evolved. And 1 year after the pain of being so close, we're back to where we want to be.
Oh, Lamar Jackson!
Time is both a clock ticking relentlessly and an old friend who stays the same no matter how many years pass. It's our past that connects who we were to who we will be. We've experienced a lifetime of moments that have shaped our future. We've built upon the legacy left behind and risen to uncharted heights. But while history reverberates like a distant echo through this city, with reminders of those who have come before, and the symmetry of the ticking clock that tells the time of our season, there is no mirror to this moment. But it's the first opportunity to conquer the Steelers in the playoffs in our house.
There you have it. Playoff hype video. If you aren't excited after that, I don't know what to tell you. It is almost game time. We're getting closer to kickoff. As mentioned, I'm gonna go over my keys again, but big up to that hype video. Also, real quick, captains of the game. They're doing the defensive introductions. We got Terrell Suggs and Haloti Nada as captains of the game today. So that's going to be very, very important as well. Real quick, from a Pittsburgh perspective, I kind of talked about this in the preview. We talked about it on the podcast. But Mike Tomlin, last 10 years coaching in college and still has more NFL playoff wins than Mike Tomlin since 2010. Harbaugh with 5, Tomlin with 10. And like I mentioned, Steelers have not won a playoff game since 2016. And that was the Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, Killer Bees days. So if you think we're hard on Harbaugh and Baltimore, I'm more of a Harbaugh apologist. I think he's one of the 5 best coaches in the NFL. He's a leader of men. And I think he is someone who develops players very well and doesn't get a lot of credit for it. And players seem to play hard for him. With that being said, and he doesn't really have any like super crazy drama outside of this year with Deontay Johnson's situation. But Tomlin, only 3 playoff wins and hasn't had one since 2016 as well. And then here's we go. We got, I know I had another one here. Here we go. There has some more on as well. But yeah. He has not won a playoff game since 2015. 9 seasons there as well. So, and here's another one. 5 Steelers playoff losses. They have given up 36, 45, 48, 42, and 31 points, 40.4 points per game in their last 5 playoff games. And Mike Tomlin's a defensive guy. Wow. He definitely should be on the hot seat. Look out for that today. They've given up 40 points in their last 5 playoff games. Last year, Buffalo just annihilated. I think that game was even moved because of snow. And there's pretty much that there also. So, and then people are talking about he could draw trade inquiries, the Bears. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But one and done again is not going to go right for the Steelers, as you can see. As soon as he clinches the winning season, they're pretty much saying he disappears. he doesn't care. He doesn't have any aspect of it. There you go. This probably explains it even better. The last 13 seasons in the playoffs, 3-8, 5 straight losses, 7 seasons without conference championship appearance. Crazy to think about that as well. So whether you want to say it was the imploding of Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, nevertheless, he's the head man. He's the head coach. They've only had 3 head coaches in their history. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin. And this isn't going to get it done. Obviously, he's not going to get fired or anything. I don't even think they're going to trade him, but this is something to keep your eye on from a Pittsburgh perspective. I mean, we always hear that, the Steelers and Mike Tomlin have dominated the Ravens, but when it matters most, the Steelers have not done much themselves in the playoffs themselves. So I think we might have a special guest joining me here. Let's see if it's Big Raj live from the game. Big Raj, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Byron?
How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing all right.
What's going on? How's the atmosphere? How's the vibe?
I'm going to show you the vibe real quick.
No bread, no water, just me. That's one big son of a bitch!
You see the mask?
Yes, I did see it, brother. What you looking forward to tonight, man?
Finger licking.
I don't know what to really.
That's what I'm talking
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the first time ever we played them at home in a playoff game. I don't know what to expect. Hopefully it's a blowout. That's what I hope. I hope it's a blowout. I don't know, man. I don't know.
How's the weather, man? How cold is it?
It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like extremely cold. I'm feeling real comfortable right now. Like I don't even have no gloves on. That's how good it feels right now. It feels great.
Hopefully they score a lot of points so you can be up and moving around with real fan Dan and they keep you warm all night.
Yeah, hopefully Will Van Dam has his shirt off like the entire game. That would be nice.
I hope so too. That means we're scoring a lot of points.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you joining me, man. I want you to save that battery. We'll do it again tonight for the post game, man. Any final thoughts for the people?
Hey, man. If you're at the game, stay warm. If you ain't at the game, you know, just have fun, man. Just have fun. This is another Ravens playoff game, and we'll see what happens from here.
That's what I said, Roger. I'm not looking past anything tonight. I'm looking at each play, each drive, each quarter. Then I'll look at the end of the game when it's over. Then we'll look forward after that.
Correct. So, yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to, check in with you real quick.
Yes, sir. I'm going to get off of here too, man. Appreciate that.
No problem, man. I'll see you for the post game show.
Yes, sir. We'll do it again tonight, man.
Hopefully it's a victory one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully you don't have to hide in the bathroom because it's too cold.
I hope not. All right, man.
All right, Raj. Appreciate it. Big Raj checking in on the game today on the Flex Zone podcast as he gets ready to get out of here real quick. We're going to look at what happened or what's going on right now as we do have one game in progress with the Chargers and the Texans going right now. I actually did pick whether you guys going to believe me or not, I actually did pick the Houston Texans, and it's on record. You can check the Flex Zone. You can check the playoff preview we did on Tuesday. I did pick the Houston Texans to win. This was my upset of the weekend because the Texans were like, 3-point underdogs at home? I just felt like C.J. Stroud and Texans were going to rise up. D'Amico Ryans, Joe Mixon had us in a solid game, as you can see. And the Chargers are going to charge her. Unfortunately, Jim Harbaugh's first season is going to end in disappointment with the loss. And it looks like Joe Mixon just ran in a dagger, game-winning, sealing touchdown. Yeah, so it's going to be crazy, man. Looks like Houston is potentially, if the Ravens do win tonight, they would go to Kansas City again, and the Ravens would go to Buffalo. Matchup between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, the two MVP candidates. And yeah, the Texans have just pretty much put the dirt on the coffin. The Chargers are already pretty much getting their coffin lowered. They just pretty much put the dirt on them with that Mixon 17-yard touchdown. But this game pretty much started with two Charger field goals. Shout out to the Texans defense. They were getting after Herbert all game and pretty much held them to field goals. Will Anderson Jr., Archery, and even Danielle Hunter. Then Nico Collins got going once we had a beautiful play on third down from C.J. Stroud after the 99-yard drive. They were on their own one, a couple penalties, then a botch play that turned into a big-time throw from C.J. Stroud, then another field goal before halftime. They got the ball back, then another field goal, and then another interception, a turnover. The defense getting it done. Interception return for a touchdown. They were up 20-6. Another field goal. Lad McConkey, big-time throw and catch, pitch and catch from Justin Herbert. He's been fantastic in his rookie season. But the Chargers seem like they're going to need more weapons as we head into 2025 and beyond. Greg Roman, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, former Ravens, and Ravens West, Jim Harbaugh looks like they're going to fall short, and the Chargers will not win a playoff game. They haven't won a playoff game since 2018, which was the game here in Baltimore at M&T Bank against the Ravens in Lamar's rookie year. So, and then Joe Mixon just pretty much put the nail in the coffin. It was actually a 2-point attempt because it was a block kick recovered by the Texans, which then led to the touchdown for Mixon. So they're up 32-12. Wow, the Chargers only putting up 12 points. That is disappointing. And a lot of people are wrong. A lot of egg on the face. A lot of people eating crow because a lot of people were saying, oh, the Chargers are going to win. This is easy. You want Houston. Everybody wants Houston. That's why I said be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. I really am happy to see the Texans get it done. This will be C.J. Stroud's second playoff win. He was the youngest quarterback with the playoff win last year. He lost to Baltimore in the divisional round, but he will get back to the divisional round this year and have a chance potentially against maybe Lamar Jackson if Buffalo loses and wets the bid and the Broncos win. But we'll have to see. We don't know yet. Like I said, I'm not thinking ahead. I'm taking it play by play, drive by drive, quarter by quarter, half by half, and we'll add it up at the end and see what we have after that as well. So we will definitely see, as that looks like this game is all but over. Still 3:42 left. They're pretty much dragging it out. But anyway, I was correct. I didn't do great this year on my picks. I did okay. I was kind of middle of the pack. But for Texans to get this win, D'Amico Ryan's a black coach. We need more black coaches, and this will help solidify his job. Him and C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. Good job there by the Texans amongst all the injuries. No Tank Dell, no Stephon Diggs. Nico Collins balling out. So good job there by them. And the Chargers, like I said, have not won a playoff game since 2018, which was here in Baltimore. So they'll look to add more pieces, I guess, to the offense. Justin Herbert, 0-2 now in the playoffs. So remember the last game, they were up, 27-0 in Jacksonville on that Saturday night a few years back in 2018 with Brandon Staley. So there's that. And Quentin Johnston, no catches today? My parlays did. He didn't do anything for me today, huh? Looks like we got 2 chains at the Ravens game before I get out of here. But hey, guys, we're getting ready to get out of here. Sound off below. Let me know your last-minute thoughts, seconds before the Ravens kick off. As 2 chains is in the building. Hopefully he brings good luck up from Atlanta, who had the snowstorm. Hope everybody is safe. Prayers out to everybody in LA with the wildfires. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure if you haven't already, subscribe. Stiff Arm. This is your home for all your Ravens coverage. We cover the Ravens each and every day. Pre-game shows, post-game shows, live streams, the flagship podcast, and more. We do all types of content regarding the Ravens and sports in general. Only place giving you sports and Ravens coverage how you want and when you need it. The Flex Zone Podcast, Flex Zone 1, Twitter, Instagram, flexzone1@gmail.com, Flex Zone Podcast on TikTok, and the Flex Zone 1 is the Cash App. And you can always super chat us and donate to the channel. Support what we do. That's the best way to do that. And also, a way that costs you nothing. Hit that thumbs up. Leave us a like. And comment down below if you're watching this after the fact. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Give me a prediction. We'll be live afterwards, of course, with the Baltimore Ravens postgame show, myself and the man who's at the game, Big Raj, the one and only social media producer, the man who makes your streams pristine. As you see, Marlon Humphrey and 2 chains. And as you can see, locked in, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson looking to go to 3-4 in the playoffs and win their first game against the Steelers in Baltimore. The first time they met, get to 2-4 against the Steelers and the playoffs and move on to the divisional round yet again. It's almost that time. Kind of wish they would have with All Blacks. Don't know the particulars of that, but kind of is what it is. So we'll leave that there. Justice Hill is back, as mentioned. Real quick, we went over the keys, we went over the injuries, the inactive, so we kind of see what's going to happen. Ray Lewis is heading down to the stadium. It looks like he's on his way, so he will be showing up as well. So a lot of legends, as mentioned. Terrell Suggs, Salodi Nada there as well. We got the inactives. Let's get to it. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your Ravens coverage and sports content how you want to when you need it. God's favorite host. Thank you guys for joining me. It is much appreciated. And looks like Justin Herbert just threw another interception. 4 interceptions for Justin Herbert, 242 yards. And it looks like the Houston Texans are going to indeed end up with a victory and advance to the divisional round. In my opinion, to probably play the Chiefs. But we will definitely see how that goes. And we will kind of let it rock out and go from there and see kind of what happens, because a lot of people didn't see this happening. A lot of people did not have this on that bingo card. But big ups to the Houston Texans and D'Amico Ryan, C.J. Stroud using his legs today. Nico Collins with a big game as well. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, vote on the poll, sound off below. Appreciate everybody watching. We were live earlier for the Commanders and Tampa Bay Buccaneers Sunday Night Football preview. We'll be live for that post game tomorrow night as well. So if you're a Commanders fan or into that type of thing, join us. We'll be live tomorrow for that. And tonight for the Baltimore Ravens post-game show as well on the mothership, the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your sports how you want to when you need it. God's favorite host, signing off. Thank you guys for watching. It is the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you your Ravens playoff coverage throughout the rest of the playoffs. And we'll be live afterwards with the official post-game show. Signing off. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. And we hope you have a great night. If you're going to the game, be safe, be careful, stay warm, stay hydrated. And we'll see you with the post-game show right here on the Flex Zone Podcast, your home for Ravens coverage and all your sports needs. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. God's favorite host signing off. Here's to a Ravens victory. I got them winning 27-20. Let me know down below how you're feeling. Thank you for watching. We'll see you for the post-game show right here on the Flex Zone Podcast on YouTube. Thank you and have a good night. Go Ravens.